7 days and 7 nights. I haven't seen you for a while. You got me thinking, you got me lost. Lost in translation, I'm feeling gone. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye. Seven days and 7 nights. I haven't seen you for a while. You got me thinking, you got me lost. Lost in translation, I'm feeling gone. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye. All I have to say is hello, goodbye.
Hi there, campers. Well, this is the 16th episode of Geek Camp podcast, and I'm here alone. Unfortunately, Propoid and Eclair and even Tag, Big Brother Tag, couldn't join me this time. Well, we did decide that, well, I will do it solo because it is a special event that we did promise you. Just look back, the first ever gaming convention in Baltic states, GameON, Lithuania, and well, what can I say? It was very awesome. It's a biggest event that I did see in Baltic states, yeah, and well, approximately they had more than 6,000 tickets sold, yeah, and prices were quite high, yeah, and I did manage to sport a special fan ticket with a loot bag, special access, after party, etc. Got a cool t-shirt over here, yeah, that's cool. And well, just the event itself was very cool. It's not the standard event that we get in Baltic states, like anime convention, etc. It's more focused on esports and gaming, and this is what I was waiting for just a lot of years. Yeah, I wanted to see something like that, and this is very cool. The biggest part of the event was esports, Counter-Strike finals, etc. Also, they did stream the World Tournament of League of Legends, this year's World Finals, and well, the crowd, sorry, the crowd was there, and all the seats were booked. Yeah, so basically it was full house, and this was very cool. Even though you're not, I don't know, League of Legends player or Counter-Strike lover, it's very different on the experience level, yeah, and I would feel the hype. Yeah, and Eclair would love League of Legends, yeah, I know he's a fan. The another biggest part of this convention was the booths, the booths area, yeah, where all the games were. Yeah, so there were a lot of games that you could test on the spot, though the queues on them were ridiculously big, but still you could play some PlayStation 4 games. All the new games were there. Also a lot of indie games. Yeah, there was an indie area. Approximately 17 to 20 games were shown there. Yeah, and well, some of them did catch my eye, though they weren't that unique of sorts. Yeah, still, you could, if you did attend the event, you could have voted for the indie games that were presented there, and they could have they will receive a special indie prize and opportunity to show their game on a special indie event. Yeah, and well, it was very, very different. Yeah, because well, we don't see a lot of indies here. Yeah, and it was very cool. Also, the most crowded area of these booths were the VR. Of course, virtual reality is the thing now. Everyone does it, and there were a lot of demos. There was a rowing one when you're on a boat. Also, well, a lot of simulators, platformers, etc. Just a roller coaster. Also, there was Google Glass, the one that the cardboard one that you just insert your Android phone. Yeah, so a lot of different stuff were there, and you could try everything out. A lot of tournaments. There was Monster booth where you can just drink free energetic drinks, etc. Of course, there was the Dream Sim. We did talk about Dream Sim. It was on the Unicon 2015, and of course, it was in Game Station. For time being. The third part of the area, the hall where everything was set up, was the special area for performances and conferences. And well, I did go to a couple of conferences because they were talking about VR, they were talking about indie development and how to make a good game and about narrative in games. But the one that did catch my eye was the future of gaming. Yeah, and the lecture itself was hosted by Matthew Handrahan. I did manage to have a short discussion with him and ask him questions after his presentation, and have a little interview on his ideas. Yeah, he's a very, very cool guy. He works on the father company of Eurogamer, and he has quite a pedigree of reviewing games, so he knows his stuff. So let me introduce you. So I'm speaking to Matthew Handrahan. So after your speech on future of gaming, I was really impressed by your thoughts on that, and you did elaborate on some cool thoughts. So it's really inspired some questions to you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So first one, what do you think about Metacritic? So is just a point score enough to critique a game?
Well, yeah. So this one means a lot to me because when at the start of my career, I spent 5 years reviewing games.
Yeah.
And that was kind of when Metacritic first emerged. And for a time, I thought it was a great thing, right? Like it gave you a very quick idea of who was saying what and like what the average was of what people thought. The thing is, I think it's almost irrelevant now whether I like it or not. What's happening is you're seeing YouTubers take over, you're seeing Twitch streamers take over, And honestly, I think you're going to start seeing people pay less and less attention to what reviewers think.
Yeah.
So whether it's 100 points or 10 points or 5 stars,
So
they're going on to YouTube now, and they don't really give out stars. They
Yeah.
just show you the game,
So,
they talk you through it, and people like that a lot more.
Some personas like Total Biscuit, etc.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they,
right, PewDiePie,
they
those guys.
critique
Yeah.
and give their opinion.
But in a less structured way, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like this out of 10. It's just here's me playing a game. This is what I think of it, and people respond.
Next question was, you did mention Stanley Parable during your presentation, and well, I was thinking, what about narrative? Do you need a big company to create a game with a good narrative?
No,
is it
one-
that
yeah,
important? The resources themselves.
Yes, of course. So now one of the things I meant to say on stage, but I was a bit nervous, so I
Yeah.
kind of forgot to say it, was just after the Stanley Parable was, Stanley Parable looks nice, obviously the guys that made it are pretty good at making games, but that game doesn't need to look that nice to be that good, right?
yeah.
You don't need those resources. That game's genius is its concept, right? That idea of walking through a level, being told you're supposed to do something, then doing whatever the hell you want. That could work no matter how good or bad it looked. So that's the whole idea of my talk was, its ideas are the future of the industry. Not necessarily VR, not necessarily streaming technology. It's ideas, and this is going to lead us to a better place for gaming.
I'm definitely with you on that point. Next question, was a bit about walking simulators.
Yeah,
you
right.
did mention the
Gone
Gone
Home.
Home
Yeah,
and
right.
Stanley Parable. at some point it's walking simulator. So what do you think about that? Because they're definitely critically acclaimed, and they're criticized a lot.
So they're divisive, right? Like some people love them, some people hate them. I like some of them, I don't like others. I love the Stanley Parable. I like Gone Home, not as much as the Stanley Parable. Dear Esther's another famous one. That kind of bored me a little bit. But I think it's like anything. I just think there's room enough in games. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like no one's going to make first-person shooters anymore. They'll still exist.
Yeah, Call of Duty 12, as you mentioned.
And now these new things exist, and each will influence the other, I think, and ultimately will get better and better and better and more interesting. I just like new concepts, new ideas, and the walking simulator, while some of them are boring, don't get me wrong, I think there's enough promise there in games like the Stanley Parable to show you something.
It depends on the gameplay itself, so sometimes walking is not that good.
Quite.
I will just have two last questions.
Okay.
So, the future of indies. You did mention technology and that you just need Unity and the laptop to create a game. So, what do you think? What innovative ideas can indies bring? Because lately, you did mention some the startup games like the Brink, etc. And what do you think? Because today there are a lot of puzzle platformers, and they are just the same
exactly.
safe way.
So this is the thing, and another thing I probably should have mentioned up there that I meant to but forgot, right? Is that anyone can make a game now, anyone can. And the encouraging thing, the thing to take inspiration from is that most people are using the power to make a game just to make another match 3 puzzle game, to make another retro pixel graphic platformer. But if you've got an idea that is genuinely novel, new, as a journalist, I want to talk to you straight away, because I get 20 emails a day from people making games that look exactly the same as each other. When a game like Papers, Please hits my desk, all I want to know is about that game. Exactly. And honestly, if you want to get press, if you want to get coverage, make something totally new. Think of the thing that hasn't been done and do that.
And last question, a simple one. Your favorite game? Your favorite video game?
Fallout 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And so I'm extremely excited about Fallout 4.
4th.
Yeah. God, it's been like 5 years, right?
We did talk on our other podcast about Fallouts, and that's it. We are very hyped for that. So thank you very much. It was really pleasure meeting you and speaking to you.
And in the end, everyone were waiting for the cosplay. Cosplay is a thing, and the cosplay, the number of cosplayers on GameON was approximately 30 cosplayers were performing on stage, and there were a lot
of reused cosplays, because I know cosplayers all over Baltic states, and I know where did they first time perform with these costumes, but some of them were new, were impressive, very cool, and I really love them. And of course, well, Aglucci did get the first prize for cosplaying Final Fantasy, and the one that I wanted to mention, our girls did get the first group prize for the group performance as Pokemon and all the evolutions. Yeah, it was a very cool performance. I really enjoyed that. And well, there was a mishap from the host. He did say that it is people's choice. It wasn't. The jury did give the prize to our girls. Yeah, so don't forget that. Yeah, about the jury. Jury was from 3 people. So the main guy in Unicorn, Parva, Karalis, the main the cosplayer, the very great cosplayer, and the main organizer of Nya in Lithuania, Utena. He was in the most awesomest cosplay that I ever seen. He was as him from Powerpuff Girls. It was very cool, it was so funny, and he was even on high heels. That's so impressive. And Kairi, very famous cosplayer, well, everyone knows her. Yeah, and they were the jury of this event. Still, the prizes for the solo cosplays were very cool. Still, I would just maybe give some prizes to other people, you know. Well, but there are my preferences. Sorry, guys. I'm very biased on that. Yeah, but what in general I would like to say about this event, that I really enjoyed it. It was very big. It was very crowded, but still impressive for Baltic states and Lithuania. It was full of content, all kinds of content, and if you don't like, I don't know, esports, you can play any other game, don't worry. Yeah, and I think that it is the first step in the right direction, that I envisioned seeing different geeky events in Baltic states, and I would really like, I will attend next year, definitely will attend, and I hope that something will come up in Estonia, in Latvia too. And all these kind of events are more for attendees and not only cosplayers, and it was very interesting to be not only participating but watching everything that was going on, because well, there was everything for everyone. You're a retro gamer, there was a retro arcade where the hosts were 2 dudes dressed up as Mario and Luigi. If you like Hearthstone, there was a tournament there, and by the way, one of our acquaintances and one of the friends from Game Station, from the guys from Game Station, did win the first prize. It was very impressive, and well, I congratulate him. That was very cool to know. And well, the main organizers were very sweet, because one of the organizers of cosplay, responsible for cosplay, was Dulcinea, and she is a very big friend for me and the guys that I represent. And well, she just gave so much time to help us to gather, to buy tickets, etc. And well, even though we didn't manage to talk much with the main organizers, we'll do it then. But still, next time maybe we will have the press pass. Maybe with I will be able to film everything on, because unfortunately I was able to film everything because it is prohibited there, and unfortunately I had to leave my camera, and I won't have any footage, live on footage of that, but they did film everything. The camera work, the technology used was on very high level, and well, you will see it on the screen. Yeah, it was very cool, and a lot of cosplays and hosts were looking very crisp, just thanks to the operators and all the cameramen that were working there. Yeah, so this event was the greatest one that I did attend in Baltic States so far, and I hope this is a low start and we will go only upward from there. Yeah, well, I think that's enough for Rumble. I am the Rumble master. I can go on these topics for a long time, so I will wrap up. Well, just gather my wood and just take out my little campfire, and well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little review of this event, and I will hope that in the future we will have special footage for you from the events, like we did with Tag on Now Japan. And well, stay tuned. I hope you like it, and bye bye.